Night with KnightCoreTCG here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all of you who are up and able. How are you guys doing today? I am doing absolutely fantastic. I'm bored and I was like, let's go ahead and do a stream. And I also wanted to just try to, actually do a stream because I'm trying to be consistent. And so, oh no. No, I ruined my beautiful mat with milk in it. No. Oh well, I knew what I was doing. But yeah, how are you guys doing today? I'm probably gonna do some editing or something. I don't know. I'll see what I feel like doing. We'll see how things go and blah blah blah. But yeah, how are you guys today? How are you? I'm good. I just ruined my beautiful mat that I worked super hard to get. I'm gonna go get some something to at least try to get the milk out of it. Jesus Christ. I guess that's what happens when you oh my god. Right, the stupid thing that we have that holds our paper, or the paper towels just fell apart. But yeah, I can't believe I just got milk on this. Jesus Christ, I was hoping I'd never get liquids on it. And then today I get milk. It's ruined. Outside of the dog hairs that it has, probably. But it's ruined. It's not worth it anymore. I should get a new one. No, I'm kidding. It's still mine. I earned it. But yeah, how are y'all? I am fantastic. Asking again. Probably won't eat there anymore with milk. Nope. The music might be a bit loud. I guess what is that? Let's turn down. Oh well. Yeah, I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm like, let's have breakfast. I'm probably gonna just do some more video editing. So last night I got an idea. So I was watching a video of Core A Gaming. I don't know if you guys know who Core A Gaming is, but he's a really good YouTuber. What does he do? He makes YouTube videos on certain things. Let me look him up. Core A Gaming. So he had this video, why button mashing doesn't work. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot that I got hit with inappropriate for some users. I forgot about that. I think it's just because of the hammer. I don't remember completely. But you guys wanted to get it higher than before, so let me go ahead and lower the music on the other end over here. There we go. Okay. So what I was trying to do is trying to get the idea of helping myself figure out how I want to make this Pokemon video go. I'm gonna let my milk drink myself hard. So the big thing that I really liked was an idea that I got from a dude named Jam. Really cool YouTuber, really cool dude. He does a thing where when he streams fighting game stuff, that's what he does. He's a fighting game commentator. That's who he is. He's a really cool dude. I recommend watching if you want to learn some stuff. But basically, this video is about why button mashing doesn't work. I'll show it to you guys. It's pretty cool.
Button mashing in a first-person shooter doesn't work because you just waste all your ammo before you got anywhere. It doesn't work in real-time strategy because you wouldn't even be able to select your starting units.
Commander, there are tutorial videos awaiting your review.
And mashing in a driving game would probably look like you were really drunk. It's obvious why it doesn't work in those games because random button mashing is the video game equivalent of violently flailing your limbs. That's why it kind of makes sense that people button mash in fighting games. Most people don't know how to fight in real life. Violent limb flailing might be a good strategy for beating your younger brother or sister, but everyone knows that this is far from martial arts mastery.
So this is one of the things I was thinking about. So if you remember how in the script that I have for the Pokemon, I was like, people don't know how to use trainer cards, they throw them away or throw away the energy cards. So instead, what we should do is what I'm going to do is try to figure out how to implement it into the video, kind of like this.
It is understandable why people do this. When you have no choice but to fight, it's better to do something than to just stand there getting hit like a dummy. Game developers understand this, which is why they've taken measures to make button mashing do cool things. Mash punch to punch a lot, mash kick to kick a lot, mash L to do all this. Stuff like this can make
In Pokemon, what they ended up doing was make the game a lot simpler. So they used to have a thing called Pokebodies and Pokepowers. They've now reduced it to Pokemon abilities, and just all in one go. And they added EX Pokemon into the game, aka like fully evolved Pokemon who were single prizers two prizers that were extremely powerful.
limb flailing a bit more dangerous, but it won't make button mashing any more of a viable strategy against people who know what they're doing.
It's a button mashing fighting game.
So what are these people doing that mashers are not? Why does button mashing not work against them? To find out, we have to go back to the beginning of a round.
Round one, fight!
In many forms of wrestling, the round starts up close, sometimes really close. In pistol dueling, which was an actual Olympic exhibition in 1908, the fight started from about 20 meters away. But in video game fighting, you can have a wrestler and a gunwoman in the same fight, allowing players to battle in all sorts of ranges. Guess who has the advantage at this range? And at this range. The fight ideally starts where neither person has a significant advantage, a situation where it's neutral for both fighters. If you're mashing when the round starts, you might get hit like this. Mashing randomly fails to consider which attacks have good reach. The side perspective in these games help you gauge distance so you can clearly see your positioning and attack ranges. Having a longer reach means there are ranges where you can hit them while they can't hit you. Why use a stubby jab at this range when you have Engine Blade?
So like around here is where I got the idea of how do I shift it so certain cards you get to see the value of like certain cards because the energy and all that stuff. I kind of figured out how to do it by having a demonstration battle. My entire idea shifted from I did have a whole thing where I taught how to play the game, but problem is I was teaching how to play the game back then. Nowadays, you can't get those cards for cheap. They're very expensive, the old ones. But what's more accessible are the newer cards. So I was thinking about doing it with learning like Charlotte and Violet. Because they are changing some rule sets. Like where tools are no longer... What are they called? They're no longer items. They're their own distinct category. Kind of like how back in the day, supporters had their own distinct category. They were not trainers. They were just called supporters. I don't think item cards are a thing either. Anyway.
Another problem with constantly attacking is that when you start an attacking animation, you cannot block until it finishes. The longer the attack animation, the longer you're vulnerable to getting hit. Whiffing an attack and getting hit before you can block again is called a whiff punish.
Oh my goodness!
Fighting games loosely borrow this logic from real fighting. This whiff, then punish, is called a cross counter. Just like in any fighting sport, attacking carries risk. It's especially dangerous in games with long-range moves that start up quick, lead to
Okay, a very cool thing that I can integrate from my video into something like this, from how like past cards were. So back in the day, you had very little recovery for cards. So it was a bad idea to just stockpile energy on a Pokemon. I think I'm going to do that again, but with modern day, because we only have two cards. We'll have two cards available to us at the time. Sorry. I'm eating and talking. that do the same thing, which is they recover your cards, but they're not stuff like Ordinary Rod. Or we'll have Energy Recycler, but we won't have stuff like Ordinary Rod or anything like that. So you have to be really careful about your resources, because all we'll have left is like Clara and Miriam. And I think that I can put that back in, of how you can get whiff punished for attacking, for like messing up your Pokemon or anything like that, because you can't get them back later. I learned this with like Lost Blocks. It's been really interesting, because I've been doing a lot of like post rotation practices by myself, and I've actually really liked it. I really, really liked it.
Do good damage and have long recovery animations when whiffing. The Hard Slash in the Samurai Showdown series is one of the most notorious examples of this. Whiffing it is
ill-advised.
Another problem with constantly attacking is that you often cannot attack and control your movement at the same time. And movement matters because your positioning determines if an attack will reach or not. While you can't move your head like this in most games, you can move your feet. When you form a strategy based on movement and striking ranges, you have what people like to call footsies.
The kick I'm doing is the most effective move for both ranged footsies.
But the movement doesn't necessarily have to be with your feet, because video games have magical characters that can wheel, fly, unfly, or even hover because you happen to be a punching bag. One definition from the Street Fighter-based Footsies Handbook describes footsies as the mid-range ground-based aspect of fighting game strategy, and Hi-Fight has made an entire game around this concept called footsies. This game is so mid-range and ground-based that there's no jumping, no projectiles, and no knockdowns. But what kind of strategy can you have with something so simple? Well, the first lesson of Chapter 1 in the Footsies Handbook shows one of the most basic strategies. Walk into your opponent's striking range and immediately walk right out to bait them into whiffing an attack. Then...
So what I might do for this section as well, for my own video, is I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and look over the... so if you guys don't know who Jason Klaczynski is, he's considered the best TCG player of all time. And he's the only person who's won Worlds 3 times in a row. Well, not in a row. He's won it 3 times. He's been a legend since he was a kid. But he has put some articles up of like strategies and stuff for like the older game, because of how much rules changed. I'm gonna see how I can incorporate that. It's a lot harder with like, going from a fighting game to that, but I'm trying to get creative and like twist things here.
and whiff punish. Here it is at normal speed. The strategy is referenced so often because you see it across so many games.
Down 4-1, down 4-2 is inside, so that's all AK's doing right now, but oh, he can't whip!
There are countless strategies, but their effectiveness will differ from game to game. This might be why it's hard for people to agree on what footsies are, and why it's kind of turned into a buzzword. And this raises the question, if footsies are about movement and striking ranges, can't everything be considered footsies? Sure, but there are times when your amazing reach doesn't matter as much, like when you're up close and personal. No matter what anyone says, there is no law that requires you to play footsies. Sometimes you just want to brawl, but you can't just walk up to a skilled fighter without getting hit. That's why most games let you do much more than walk. You can run, roll, dive kick, demon flip, homing teleport, dash, rush attack, or even do a homing dash attack. These things can help you quickly bypass the fighting at further ranges and get right up to your opponent's face. Playing this way is known as rushdown, or the more derogatory unga bunga.
What the hell is Unga Bunga?
In card games, you can do the exact same thing. Unga Bunga, we got a lot of decks that do that. One of the decks that goes Unga Bunga here, that's right now with us, is like Lugia. I might use that as like a current meta like thing, because we don't technically rotate until the 18th of the 18th of April. But we have a lot of time to wait for it. I'm really curious on how the meta is going to turn out.
When people are hurling their entire bodies at you, it can be pretty dangerous. So So how the hell do you stop this insanity? Well, if you're good enough, you can try to hit them before they can get to you.
You just
For
imagine getting
example,
knocked out
hitting
like that.
someone
It's
out of the
crazy.
air is
It's
called
like
an
not even being
anti-air,
able to play.
but this requires precise
Kind
timing.
of how it is going
Just
against
like swinging
Lugia.
in a baseball game, you can't expect to be successful by mashing. Mistime it and get struck out, or in fighting, mistime it and get knocked out. This is one reason the Dragon Punch, aka Sheng Long, is such a good anti-air. It covers this whole area. But sometimes their rushdown will be too fast for your reactions, which means you might be face to face. Now finally, both of you are close enough to hug. But up close, the fight becomes very different for reasons other than being able to grab each other. There's little room to move forward, and the reach of your attack is less important because any attack will reach. What matters more here is who will grab or strike the other person first, which is determined by attack speed, or more technically, the startup animation. Naturally, the move with the faster...
I can't put startup animations into the video. That's not really a thing in, like, Pokemon. But I can figure some ways to do it. I was thinking about maybe doing it VUC as well, but we'll see, we'll see.
Startup speed will beat out the slower ones, assuming the buttons are pressed at the same time. A reason why Fox's Shine is considered one of the best moves in Melee is because it starts up in one frame, aka instantly.
That blue light special, man.
And that jab that I called stubby earlier will beat out the engine blade up close because it's much faster. When you hit someone during their attack startup animation like this, it's called a counter hit, and depending on the move or game, the attacker might get rewarded with extra damage, more combo opportunities, or in Punch-Out, an instant knockout.
I wonder how that would like correlate to card games. Like, how could I put like countering? Would it be like countering like, for a certain card? I know one of the best examples we could do is like a person who puts out all their Pokemon. Like, if they, let's say they're playing what's it called, Mew. They're playing Mew VMAX. They're playing the Fusion Strike deck. You put in what's it called? You put in Drapion. That Mew is dead. Like, that Mew ain't recovering, man. The Mew's, like, absolutely fucked. Like, that's just
So how do you know which attacks are faster than others, and by how much? You could eyeball it, but it gets really hard to tell when we're talking about moves with differences of a few frames. A frame is 1/60th of a second, which is the unit of time used to measure speed in fighting games. But thanks to cool people, there are frame data guides that show you the speed of each attack. Since the one jab is the fastest move Noctis has, you decide to jab up.
I think you guys get the basic gist of this. I like the video because I always end up liking videos. So we have the basic gist of this. I want to see how I can implement this in my own video. Let me go ahead and move it over here. Okay, how I can implement it into my own video, because I want to figure out how to do that properly without, like, you know, without like having any issues with it. So I'm gonna see what I can do. I don't know what I can do, like, as of this moment right now. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. I'm trying to figure it out. Actually, you guys want to listen to some Furret? I'll put some Furret on in the background instead. Furret, do 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 do. There we go. Anyway, let's go ahead and go back to Shotcut. I think what I might do is keep the introduction. Maybe. Because I do like how I have it and everything. But, I don't know. Because if I have it like that. Because I do like that little thing that you put there. Okay, this isn't it though. So what if what if I put the same old? So I have the introduction. That's not it. Whoops. Where is it at? Introduction MLT. Intro? No, introduction. Search and folder. What does it want? Title? Oh. Where's my music at? What the hell? Sound effects. No? Whoa, that is weird. Okay then. Huh, okay. Not what I was expecting. Not what I was looking for. That's not it. Is the intro... It's introduction speak. That's what it is. Okay, that still looks good. Pack opening. No, that's not it. Introduction speak. Here we go. So I think what I'm gonna do is keep it where it's like. Do you remember? What did I say? Let me see. What did the script say? What did the script say? Alright, so the script at the very start was... Let's go ahead and go here. Okay, then... You remember being a kid and buying Pokemon cards? Hoping for one of the Pokemon on the pack? Blastoise, Venusaur, and the legendary Charizard. You ripped the plastic off to put the pack... Oh shit, I know what I forgot. Wait a second. This isn't it. This is not it. What the hell is it? This is not the part. Where'd it go? Oh, it's this one, right? Right, it's this one. I'm pretty sure it's this one. So it's like... Yeah, do you remember being a kid and buying Pokemon card packs? Hoping for one of the Pokemon on the pack? Blastoise, Venusaur, and the legendary Charizard. You rip the plastic off the pack, pulling the wonderful pieces of cardboard one by one until you reach the rare. You excitedly pull that last card in front of it, only to find some card named Computer Search. What even is this? It's not even a Pokemon. Lame. You throw it out like many other kids did back then, not realizing how important that card truly was. Just what was that card, and what made it so gosh darn important? Well, find out in today's video. Why trainer cards are more important than you thought, like that whole thing going on. So then we have like white, and then we got, and then we like cut. It would cut to where's that? Why trainer cards are more important than you thought, and then it would do that. And then I would go, and then I would go to the next part, which is the introduction speak. Pretty sure that's what it is. And then I would go. Many of us who got kids, who has kids who mostly wanted to get. Yeah. Okay, let me restart that so I can at least do a better job on that one. Most of us who got cards as kids mostly wanted them for how they looked, and once we had a favorite Pokemon, we'd be happy with that. Others wanted to catch them all, just like the slogan would say back in the day. Some of us would actually be curious and find out that there was a card game behind all that tiny cardboard. That's where these trainer cards would truly shine. Okay, that was a butchered version of it, but I do like this. I do like what I've done so far with it. I might change out the Pokemon trading card game as a very simple card game. This part might change where I have like modern day cards. So we can see like instead of going with where is it at? We go to the we do that introduction speak. Then we go into the trainer Pokemon card game speak. Instead of doing like, so here we have some more modern day cards. These are from like what's that? Was it Team Up? I believe. Team Up or Unbroken Bonds. I forget. So we have newer cards here that we can go ahead and do. And it's like Pokemon is a simple card game. You gotta have a basic Pokemon, blah blah blah. 40, you can tell because it has the basic on it. Maximum of 4 copies. Oh, that actually transitions so smoothly. Except basic energy. And then you gotta have some dice too. Yeah, okay. I didn't realize how smooth the transition was for this. It was a lot smoother than I thought it would be. Okay. And your deck would not succeed without either trainer card or energy card. Now, what if I put modern day cards in instead? So what if we put in some other stuff? And what did I have in the script? I gotta read. Okay, I want to read the entire script here for you guys, just so I can you know, get a better understanding of it. Because even though I wrote it, I haven't done anything with it for like 2 years. So let's see. Game setup. Let's go ahead and do some game setup part here. So on the game setup part, we have, let's see, game setup. Let's see, after you acquire these things, you build your deck and find someone to play with and start setting up a game. The game is set up by you and your opponent shuffling your decks and, either flipping a coin, rolling a die, or playing rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first. Both of you draw 7 cards from the top of your decks. Then you look through your hand and see if you have any basic Pokemon. You then place the basic Pokemon of your choice as your active Pokemon. This is why you need at least 1 basic Pokemon in your deck. Okay, that's why we got the whole. This is why you need a basic Pokemon. If you cannot find one, show your opponent you do not have one. You do not have one. Shuffle your hand back into your deck and draw 7 cards again until you draw into a hand with at least 1 basic Pokemon in it. Your opponent then draws an extra card if this were to happen after their prizes are set up. You are not allowed to play a stage 1 or 2 Pokemon from your hand without evolving into that Pokemon first, which you have to do by waiting the turn after its previous stage is put in play, not including your opponent's turn if they go first. So I'm liking the game setup part. I don't have issues with it so far. I would like some input from you guys if you'd like to. If both players did this the same amount of times, neither draws an extra card. You can also place any other basic Pokemon in your hand onto the bench during setup. This is where the game is almost like the video game again. You and your opponent have 1 active Pokemon each battling it out, and you can put 5 or more Pokemon onto your bench. They stay there until they are either moved into the active, put back into your hand, or knocked out. Once you and your opponent have chosen your active Pokemon, you put the top 6 cards of your decks face down without looking to the left, as shown here. I'm gonna make sure to have that shown, that not without looking at the card, I should say, without looking at the cards. Without looking at the cards, because I believe that's a bit more of a thing I should fix, the cards. Without looking at the cards, to the left of you as shown here. Without looking at the cards to the left of you as shown here. These cards are called prize cards. They act like a video game version of your opponent's team. So if for every single Pokemon you knock out, you take a prize card. You know? That part's not part of the script, you know, it's the second of it. So we have rules of the game so far. Each player takes turns doing actions. You start every turn drawing 1 card from the top of your deck. You then have a set number of actions you can do. Play trainer cards, put Pokemon on your bench, attach an energy, activate Pokemon powers, evolve Pokemon, retreat a Pokemon from inactive, and attack. Yes, even if you are going first. So I might have to redact this entire section to try to make it fit modern rules. I think that's what I'm going to have to do because I really want to see if I can get modern rules set up going. Here, I'll show you guys the script while I'm at it. Where is that? There it is. So, oh, right, I have it on the wrong screen. Give me a sec. Hello. And, let's see. So, go to the script, open up the ferret walking video, open this up. Okay, then. Okay. Did I open it? Where'd it go? Oh, it's like its own thing. Got it. Okay, there we go. We added it. Sweet. Okay, so now you should be able to see the thing I did. I put it in the wrong goddamn spot. There we go. Okay, so what we have going on right now is a script. Now you guys can properly see it. Oh, I don't know what I just did. Shit. Okay, now it's tiny. Now I can read it. Okay. So each player takes turns, drawing cards. This whole entire part's probably going to be redacted. Except for the fact that, let's see, evolve active Pokemon and attack, yes, even if there's no hand size limit. That has not changed. So no need to discard cards if your hand goes over a certain size, like other card games. That's one of the cool things I like about Pokemon. You don't have to worry about hand size. It's 5. You can go as up to your maximum amount of cards, 60. Each time you knock out your opponent's Pokemon, you take a prize card and add it to your hand. Once someone draws all 6 of their prize cards first, the game is over, and that person wins. This is the one of 3 main ways to win a game. The other 2 are knocking out your opponent's only Pokemon in play, or your opponent cannot draw any more cards from the top of their deck during the start of their turn because they have no more cards in it. So that's like another way I could do it, where like it just takes it out completely. Like, I think I like that part. These are simple rules of the Pokemon trading card game from base set, and I'll go into further detail about the game in future videos. Stay tuned for those. Now that we know how to play the game, we can go over why trainers are more important than you thought. I think this part I'm gonna probably I think I'm gonna go with these are the modern rules. These are the simple rules of the Pokemon trading card game from base set. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rewrite this part right here into being modern day. I don't think can I do it up here? 7 cards. Yeah, this has not. Yeah, I should just change it to the modern day rules. So I think I'm gonna just change it to the modern day rules. By the way, if you guys are ever interested in learning about Jason Klozinski, let me look up Jason. I'm pretty sure that's how you spell it. Okay, I almost spelled it right. So he has a website called Retro Pokemon TCG. This is where I learned all my things. Because like an introduction to base set. Ooh, my computer just had a fucking heart attack. Jesus Christ. Anyways, introduction to base set, all that stuff. So you do that. Here, I'll put it in the comments. So the comments, so you guys know where. If you guys are looking for it, here you go. Jason Klozinski. It should take you to the website. Yep. Cool. So if you guys are ever interested in that, that's how you learn. That's how I have it set up. Anyway, no, not Christian. My bad, Christian. Damn. Anyway, no Christian right now. We might do that later. I'll see how I feel. But let's see. So what I could do is change your rock, paper, scissors. You then place the basic Pokemon card you choose. You cannot find one. Your opponent shuffles one. You draw one card. Your opponent then draws an extra card each. Each time this were to happen. After their prizes are set up. You're not allowed to play a stage 1 or stage 2 from your hand without evolving into that Pokemon first. Which you have to do by waiting a turn on your previous turn. If both players did. There's like a weird indenture here. I kind of don't like that. If both players did, I guess I like that actually. It should probably makes the sentence look a little bit better, a little bit easier to read. Anyway, let's see. You are not allowed to go first. You can only place any other race of Pokemon. Almost a video game. Put back once you and your opponent have chosen your active Pokemon. You can put the top 6 cards from your deck. Yep, without looking at the cards. Because if you look at the cards, it's kind of like cheating. It's one of the skills I've actually learned. It's called prize card checking. It's where you look through because Pokemon is one of those games, one of the few games where you can actually look through your entire deck and see what's prized. Because it's more important in this game than it is in other games, simply because you don't know what you have. Turn 1. Prize and all that stuff. It would go into the Digimon card game, but the Digimon card game doesn't do prizes. They don't look into the deck. They just like flip over like the top 4 cards or whatever. But they just flip up cards. So yeah, it's a skill that doesn't really work with Digimon sometimes. It does help a lot, but I guess it depends. Anyway, so we're gonna change that. Each player draws rules of the game, takes actions during their turn first. Player play trainer cards, put Pokemon on your bench, attach energy, activate Pokemon abilities. Activate abilities. So we're going to change this to abilities. Activate abilities of all Pokemon or create Pokemon from the active. We're going to go ahead and take that off. And we're gonna put play supporter once per turn. Supporter. Once per turn, but not if you go first. So let's read this again. Let's see how this sounds. Does it sound a bit better? Let's check it out. Each player takes turns doing actions. You start every turn by drawing one card from the top of your deck. Then you then have a set number of actions you can do. You can do a turn. Or attack. Or attack. There we go. I feel like that makes it a bit easier. Because then it puts both together. Each player takes turns doing actions. You start every turn by drawing one card from the top of your deck. You then have a set number of actions you can do. Play trainer cards. Play trainer cards. Play trainer cards. Put Pokemon on your. Okay, I need to put item cards because that way it's a bit better. Item cards. Why trainers are more important than you thought. I guess trainer cards just generalize it, so I guess that would be a bit easier. Let me try that. Like trainer cards. Such as items and tools. Play trainer cards such as items and tools. Put Pokemon on your bench. Attach an energy card. Activate abilities. Evolve Pokemon. Retreat a Pokemon from the active. And play a supporter once per turn or attack. But not if you go first, which will automatically end your turn. Play once per turn. Does that ruin it a bit? As attacking, and if you go first. But not if you go first. Attacking will automatically. Let's see. A Pokemon in the active. From the active and play supporter once per turn. Once per turn. Or attack, but not if you go first. As you can. Once per turn. A supporter once per turn. Supporters on your first turn. If you go first. I feel like that will be a bit better. How does that go? Let's see. Abilities of all Pokemon. Retreat a Pokemon from the active, and play a supporter once per turn. You cannot play a supporter if you go first, or attack, but not if you go first. As attacking will automatically. No, that doesn't fit there anymore. But not if you go first. There is no hand size limit, so no need to discard a card. No need to discard cards if your hand goes over a certain size like other card games, okay? Like each time you knock out your opponent's Pokemon, you take a prize card and add it to your hand. Once someone draws all 6 prize cards, okay, first turn. Okay, these are the rules of the modern trading card game. These are the rules of... as of 2023. 3. And I will go into further detail. I'm gonna let you guys watch some for it while I go to the bathroom. Oh. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was looking for tissue paper, but I can't seem to find it. I don't know where it's at. I guess I'll have to use this. Anyway, sorry for that. I had to take the dog out. Because I miss Krista Quill. I did not want to take her out. Anyway, we should be back here soon into editing. Oh. Oh, thank you. Okay. So now that we're back there, okay then, I'll read it off the tongue again. Each player takes turns during doing actions. You start every turn by drawing one card from the top of your deck. You then have a set number of actions you can do. Play training cards such as items and tools. Put Pokemon on your bench. Attach an energy card, a single energy card. Activate abilities, evolve Pokemon, retreat a Pokemon from the active, and play a supporter once per turn. You cannot play a support if you go first. Or attack if you go, but not if you go first. There is no hand size limit. Ooh, I can just add these together now since there's no that thing. You can, let's see, because then that'll put the fluff down. I'd probably move this part over here. Let's see, hello. Dang, we had like 5 viewers at one point, it's crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue. Let's see, retreat a Pokemon active, and play a supporter once per turn, or attack, but not if you go first. But not if you go first. There is no hand size limit, so no need to discard cards if your hand goes over a certain size, like other card games. So Magic is an example that does that, so yeah. Each time you knock out your opponent's Pokemon, you take a prize card and add it to your hand. Once someone draws all 6 of their prize cards, the game is over and that person wins. Let's see, this is one of the 3 main ways to win a game. The other 2 are knocking out your opponent's only Pokemon in play, or your opponent cannot draw any more cards on the top of their deck during the start of their turn because they have no more cards in it. That's just how the game goes, you know. These are the simple rules of the Pokemon trading card game as of 2023, and I will go into further detail about the game in future videos. Stay tuned for those. Now that we know how to play the game, we can go over why trainers are more important than you thought. So I put trainer cards why they're more important than you thought. I think I'm gonna have to switch it up so like the draw cards and all the other stuff is a little different, you know, because trainer cards and all that jazz. So when the first set of Pokemon cards, let's see, released 1999 by Wizards of the Coast. I don't know if I'm going to keep that in. Each trainer card and the category that has specific use of deck. We have trainer cards like withdraw cards from your deck, search your deck for cards, disrupt your opponent, help you knock out your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, so what I think we could do is instead of going like this, I think what we're going to do is like trainer cards and why they were important. What we could do is implement it instead of saying why they were important. Rules of the game. And we can go over like how a game would look like if a game would look like how would I say it? Let's say we would have like a battlefield going on. Let me look for something close. I could just demonstrate this over like what's it called, TTS, which might be easier. But let's say Pokemon TCG field. So like we got like a field, something like that around here. Like active, yeah, like this, kind of like how this looks. Discard deck. I don't know why the discard's on top. Discard's supposed to be on the bottom. But yeah, so we have something like this here, where you have your prizes, your bench, your deck, and then your trash. They call it trash. That's funny. That's what I would call it too. Okay, so we have that. So we could do something like that. I kind of like what this this thing is doing. I don't know what this is. Is this what the PTC? Is this what PTC Geo used to look like? Damn, that actually looked really cool. What the hell? That looks super cool. Why don't we have that? Jesus Christ, that was such a cool thing. We also have this. But I was thinking about how we could do it. I do have playmats. You guys have seen my playmat. I'll go bring the playmat to show you guys. Where do I have it? Let me go grab it real quick. I have the playmat. I have it for sure. Let me just grab it so I can show you guys the fields and everything. Okay, so this is what the playmat kind of looks like. I don't know if you guys ever like played Pokemon or anything before. Obviously you guys probably have because you know whatever. But it's just to get the basic gist idea around here. As you can see, it looks kind of like that. You got the zones and everything going on there. You got the sorry for the distracting image. I just fucking love this image a lot. So we have the zones, we have our prizes here on the right, and then on the left here, my left by the way, you guys have like a different perspective. I think, I'm not sure. On the left here we have our deck, our discard pile. Here we have our active. There's a spot right here for what looks like what's it called? Either where you put your supporter Pokemon, so it's supporter for turn, because back in the day, you actually had to put your supporter down on the field and keep it there to show that you had used it. I don't know why they got rid of that. I feel like that's such a weird rule, but they did. They got rid of it. They got rid of that rule. We got the bench right down there, as you can see, but I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be for like a field spot, like your what's it called, stadium. Oh, that's right, trainer. I gotta put stadiums in. I forgot those were a thing. Shit. No, I gotta fix that. Give me a sec here. I gotta fix the stadium thing. This mat took me like a year to get. I can't believe it took me like a fucking year to get. This thing is insane. But yeah. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. I love this mat though. I am unwilling to use any other mat at the time. I did want to get a new Digimon mat, because I don't use the champion one whatsoever, because not only does it not they give you like the counters and everything, like memory, but like I don't care enough to use that. I'm as much as I like it, because I do like carrying it around with me, but because in the what's it called, the series Digimon to the Top. Did I change Digimon to the Top thing over here with the Ultimate Cup? I don't know if I changed the Digimon to the Top. Give me a sec. I gotta check out that video. I don't even remember if I changed those to Digimon to the Top. I did. Okay. Okay. So that's how we know. Continuing on. Okay then. So each turn. Let's see. Each trainer falls under a category where they provide a specific use to the deck. We had trainers that would draw cards from your deck, search your deck for cards, disrupt your opponent, help you knock out your opponent's Pokemon faster with your cards. And I had like a whole thing where like draw cards, search cards, disruption cards, knockout assisters. Those are no longer a thing anymore. Switch cards, healing cards, recovery cards, evolutionary helper, and call to action. Okay, so I think what I might do is I don't know actually. Because I had this whole idea of like trying to get like older. I was trying to get to the whole older game thing, but I kind of want to switch over to the modern game because if I switch over to the modern game, there's a possibility I get more people on board playing the game. That's like my plan. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Maybe let's go to Canva or something. We got the Chris Chan thumbnail here. Canva. Okay. I made this monstrosity over here. This is the thumbnail I made. I made it in like 5 minutes. I love this thumbnail. I don't care what you guys think. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. You got the Agumon with the chub over here, if you notice. Oh, horrible, horrible, horrible. Anyway, we can put like a Pikachu card. Is there a Pikachu card in modern day Pokemon? Is there like a Pikachu card in Scarlet Violet? Is there a Scarlet Violet Pikachu card? What cards are in the Scarlet and Violet set? Let's see. Safe search is on, right? Oh, we got the wrong email, that's why. Okay, give me a sec, guys. While I change this, because I can't show you guys the other emails. There we go. How do we put safe search on? Pokemon TCG. TCG Scarlet Violet. Tools. I gotta make sure safe search is on. Thank you. Okay, we can now go back into it to show you guys. There we go. Okay then, Scarlet Violet set list, here we go. So, do we have a Pikachu? Is there something cute we could use here? You know what, we could use like there's no Pikachu, is there? Let's see, go to the electric Pokemon, Rotom, Flaffy, Marie, Palmy, Palmo, Wattrel. Nope, there's no Pikachu. So how about we use Sprigatito card? There is a Sprigatito card. Oh, well, it takes us to that. I just want to look at the Sprigatito card of where is it? There's gold lightning in this. I didn't know there was gold cards in this. Okay, that's cool. Bro, there's a gold rare candy. What the hell? Oh, these cards are gorgeous. I think this is the prettiest card of all. Like this, if I could get all of these, I would. Like the girl here is cute too. I should say, old lady at that point. Who knows how many families she's had? She had kids, I think, in one of the pictures. Because they can get a lot of things. I'm looking for the Sprigatito line because I know the Sprigatito line has one. Oh, I guess that's the next set, isn't it? Do you have any English cards? Like I think my Rhydon English one is good. You know what? We'll take this. We'll grab this. Save it. It's a PNG. We go to thumbnail art. There we go. Sprigatito. Let's go ahead and go back to Canva. Let's actually use that card. Show in folder. Upload. Okay then. Did it upload? Upload. There we go. Okay. Instead of using these Pikachu, what we could do is add in Sprigatito, but we have to delete this. That way it's a bit easier. No, go back. There we go. And now we can just delete these Pikachu. Copy the Sprigatito. Put it next to it. Copy it again, put it next to it. There we go. And so now it'll still be animated. Should still be animated. There we go. Okay, then share. Download. So now I wait for that. Anyway, how are you guys doing today? You guys doing anything fun? It's a Tuesday. People usually going to school, working, all that stuff. You know, doing shenanigans on a weekday. I don't work today, so that's why I decided to take time to get stream. I just want to see what I can do. I don't know if you guys liked me streaming earlier on. I tend to just leave my evenings on to do whatever the hell I want. But yeah, assets. Except basic. I'm gonna leave the basic energy cards as is. Maximum copies. We're just gonna make maximum copies 1. We'll make this maximum copies 2. That's what we're gonna call it. Okay. Okay, so now we have that. So we can have modern day cards. Let's go ahead and go back. Go to... I guess we could leave this thing here, but I kind of want like a more modern day card. Was it like there's no modern day like research or anything, but like I could just have it like this for now. I think we'll just keep that. 4 copies of a card. Ooh, retro cards. Viewing audio. Nah, that's fine. So we have that. Instead of that, we can go back to shortcut. We can leave the shortcut as is. Close. Oh, no. Go back. We're actually doing really good. Because I kind of want to add in the new one. Got the new video. Assets. Should be on the 4th one. 2nd one. There we go. I'll show you guys what this looks like so it's a bit easier. There you go. So now you're going to see a bit more of what it looks like. Let's go ahead and go down to over here. Oh, I guess I can't look at it more. I have to actually expand it more. Okay, so then we have that. Instead of... Where is it at? Just the park, trainer card, deck. Maximum copies. Okay, maximum copies 3. Okay, so we want it to be about as big as this. So then... I fucked up the video? I did. Yeah, shit. Okay then, so we want it to be... Didn't think that's what would happen, but it did. So let me go ahead and redo that again. So we want it to be about as long as that. So let's go ahead and shrink it down. Still too big. What if you just make it like right there? I don't know why it's dragging it like this weirdly. It's not supposed to. I've never seen it do it like this before. So we can have it like that. You can zoom in. Zoom in even further. Remove this. So then when you do this, we can take this off. Splice it. And just move everything over. Move everything over. Splice this, get rid of this. Splice this, have normal modern cards. Okay. So then we should still have the exact same. Yep. Uh-oh. Okay, it's wanting to magnetize. Oh, it just straight up does not want to move. Okay, now it wants to move. Come on, move. I guess I'll have to delete this part then. There we go, okay. Now we save it, so we go home. Oh, I went to keyframes. I was like, what the hell? Okay then, so then Pikachu, 15 another cards, some copies. Basic energy. I should have just kept it as it was. Wait, let's just keep it as it was. Let's just undo everything we did. Let's keep it as is, because then that way people will be able to read the card. It'll be a bit easier. That way we don't have issues with it. Yeah, let's just keep it as is. I think it'll be better if we just kept it as is. So then we have that. Slug transition into that. Just keep that as is. I guess we'll just show modern cards later or something. Trainer card, manager card. Just to show, because it says trainer card on the top, it's really easy to not miss. Yeah. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna go take a bathroom break again. I didn't actually take a bathroom break. I had to take the dog out last time. But I will be right back here. Have some entertaining video to watch. Have some Furret walking video while I get back. Have some Furret walking. I will be right back. Hey guys, sorry about that. Family calls and stuff. I'm probably just gonna get off because I am not feeling it right now. I just feel like absolute doggy do. So I think I'm just gonna leave the chat. I think I'm just gonna quit the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, blah blah blah. See you guys later. Bye.